Now, while the Trump administration is going to war with both journalism and facts, behind the scenes, certain CEOs in the media are actually loving some of the proposed policy changes put forward by those appointed by Mr. Trump. Now, Li Fang of The Intercept is reporting that Leslie Moonves, chief executive and chairman of CBS Corporation, cannot wait for Trump to deregulate the industry. Now, he recently told investors that he is looking forward to not having as much regulation and having the ability to do more. Now, this was, of course, during a call with investors that I want you guys to listen to this call when he talks about the future of CBS under Trump. Let's take a look.
Les, as you know, President Trump has appointed Ajit Pai as the new FCC chief, who's, obviously considered pro-consolidation, pro-free market, et cetera. What odds would you put on the station cap rule being altered from 39% up to, say, 49%? And if you're a betting man, what would you say the timing of that might be? And then I have a follow-up. Thanks.
Look, we know Ajit Pai, very well. I think he will be very beneficial to our business. As you said, he's deregulation, and we would be very interested in the cap moving up. Frankly, I have no details or no idea if that will happen or when it will happen. I can tell you, in the right circumstance, if the cap is lifted, we would strategically want to buy some more stations because we think it's important. And as you just heard, through retrans and through political advertising, the local markets are extremely good for us. So we're looking forward to not having as much regulation and having the ability to do more.
So there's the audio for that call, that investor meeting. So he's looking forward to deregulation and what the Donald Trump administration under and the FCC under Ajit Pai is going to do for him in deregulating the industry. Now, he also talked about the cap. So you guys might be wondering, wait, station cap? What's the station cap? Well, currently FCC rules limit the number of television stations a single company can own so that you don't have media consolidation. Well, in that call, he said, look, Ajit Pai, he is for consolidation. So he thinks consolidation of the media? Fantastic. Let's do it. Let's have only a couple of media organizations own all of the media that Americans consume. Right now, we're already down to 6 media organizations that control pretty much everything that we watch. Mm-hmm. Let's bring that down to 1 or 2. Great.
Yeah, well, and keep in mind, in 1996, it's not like we should live under the guise that we have some decent regulations now. 1996 greatly, expanded media consolidation. It used to be, I know prior to 1996, it was only like 40 TV stations nationwide. It was only like 2 AM and 2 FM stations in a given market. And there was a cap on that as well. Those caps were lifted and greatly expanded. So we already have incredibly lax rules as far as ownership now. Those rules are already incredibly lax, much more so than other countries. And, so further deregulation would not just be like the first deregulation step. It would be like another step of further deregulation, and we've just been deregulating for the past 30 years.
Right. We are at 39% of households nationwide that can be controlled by a single company. 39%. And you know what? Pai says he's going to relax those even further. Now, industry analysts have predicted that a Republican-controlled FCC will actually move that cap to 49% of households. So that's almost half controlled by one company. That is insanity. And lobbyists for CBS, 21st Century Fox, and the National Association of Broadcasters had previously fought efforts by the Obama administration to actually tighten that station cap rule. With as loose as it is, they tried to put some sort of regulation, some sort of cap on it, and they're like, no, we want more consolidation because that helps us and it helps our profits. And Trump, Trump and Pai and all these Republicans, They love the idea of getting rid of these rules altogether. And look, we know from WikiLeaks that Donald Trump benefited greatly from media coverage. Media coverage, by the way, set up by the DNC. DNC's like, I don't know, let's elevate Trump. Because he'll be easier to beat by Hillary Clinton. Well, we saw how that turned out, right? Now, I've got some numbers for you. This comes from the Tyndall Report. It's a trade outlet that tracks a broadcast network's weekday nightly newscasts. It estimated that in 2015, Trump received more coverage than the entire Democratic contest combined, and far more than his Republican opponents. Bernie Sanders, for example, received 20 minutes of coverage compared to Trump's 326 minutes. Mm-hmm. And, of course, the New York Times said that they estimated that through March 2016, Trump received $2 billion worth of free media coverage. So while he might be at war with the fake news, his agenda is nothing more than enriching that same media that elevated in the first place. And besides, he loves fighting the media. That helps him. That helps him so much. Not only does he get, of course, more media coverage that he can launch his second campaign, his re-election campaign, but he also has an enemy that he can go after, that he can galvanize the public against. Oh, media, fake news. It's a win-win for him.
Well, and his best lie is this kind of total farce that he is some outsider going against the establishment, going against the grain. People bought that during the election. That's pretty much, one of the reasons he won. And now he's got to continue playing that role. So now you're creating this false narrative of, oh yeah, I'm going up. The media, they're lying because they don't want to see me succeed, but I'm going up against them. So I'm the David against the Goliath again. Huh. And in every case, it's a total lie. But again, Donald Trump, his one trick is PR. He knows what he's doing. He's a brilliant propagandist. That's one thing you cannot take away from the guy. And he's going to play every fiddle he can. And now it's, well, I'm the David going up against the Goliath that is the corporate media. When in reality, of course, they're all in the same club. But he's going to try to sell that. And among some of his supporters, which is waning by the day, right, but some of them are still out there, it's going to work.
Yeah, and remember, it's a big club, and you ain't in it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, there's really not much more to say about that. You may think you're in it, but you're not. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.